It's Gay Pride this Saturday in NEWRY, Saturday the 2nd of September, Monaghan Street. You want to see it by the big, massive, colourful flags not there. It's never been as colourful. It's like rocking down through Electric Avenue. Alright? They have a big gig then in Bellini's after. It's fantastic, expressing themselves, brilliant. But I tell you what, it hasn't all been like this. I mean, back in the 80s there, you know, you wouldn't be caught dead walking down the street holding that fella's hand, but for the fear of what would happen to you. It just wasn't accepted. People didn't understand it. It was the fear of the unknown, you know. Because back in the day, all you had was your wife, your dog, and your children. You didn't know any better.
We gotta rock down to Electric Avenue.
And there's such big hoo-ha about gay marriage, and should they be allowed to get married, and the DP's mad against it, Sinn Féin's loving it. You know, there's that conflict there. And I'm big into Bobby Jesus myself, but Arlene Foster's like, no. If it ain't in the Bible, it ain't happening. You know, and you know, the version of Bobby Jesus I believe in might be different to what Arlene believes in. Her version of Bobby Jesus, but still a good book. I'd love to sit Arlene down and go, Arlene, let's look at the fucking good book here, you know, and let's go through, right? Let's go back to the Garden of Gethsemane, where it all started. You had Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve, they went to the Garden of Gethsemane, and there's a big dirty-old snake there, and the snake was straight up them, and he says, look, don't touch any apples on that tree, right? They're not ripe and they're not ready for harvest. Fair enough. Now, at this stage, Eve wasn't even a woman yet, right? She had the meat and two veg. We didn't even have any women. It was just fellas in the world, right? So, anyway, problem was, Eve was starving. And this is the days before you could have popped into the shop and got a burger. This was years ago. There's nothing around, you know. So anyway, she tucks in an apple, eats it, no, she's happy enough, happy day, she thinks, got away with it, scot-free. Turns out, the snake, I wonder what happened. The snake went straight up to Eve, went crackers, absolutely mental, and says, Eve, you cannot be trusted with an apple, so therefore, you cannot be trusted with your meat and two veg. So what did the snake do? He bit the dick clean off her, right? And then what was left swelled up, and there's a bit of residue in that there, and that became what is now known as a vagina. Alright? Now, lucky enough, Adam thought it looked lovely. Loved it. He jumped on her, the two of them went at it like rabbits, and the rest I says history is Bobby's, and here we are. Right? Now, I be a massive Sunday staring up at all the beautiful paintings and at the stained glass windows and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, what if Eve didn't eat that apple? Eve would still be a fella. She'd still have the meat and two veg, right? So Adam and Eve, as two fellas, would have been walking around the Garden of Gethsemane. They would have been in the moonlight, right? And they both have needs. We could all be gay. I'd love to be gay. Keep me away from the wife. You know what I mean? You know, I'd love to sit Arlene Foster now and go, Arlene, you know, we're both believers here. Fuck the police. You know, the good book should not be able to rule the law of the land. Gay marriage, bring it on. It's none of your fucking business, Arlene, what a gay fella does in the privacy of his own business and what vows he wants to give and doesn't give. Alright? Bring on gay marriage. I'd fucking clean up. A taxi game. Make a fortune. The gay marriage. A pink pound.
Go out there, be who you are, and Adam and Eve really do model that, and that's another thing that we can learn from them.
Bullshit.
I see all these old boys who don't know any better saying, oh, you want to see all the mad shit to get up in the bedroom. I'm here to tell you, see straight folk and your heterosexuals, they're just as fucking crackers as the gays. You know, I've seen it all in this taxi, and I've heard it all. I've heard of gimp masks, butt plugs, dildos, the lad, fucking strap-ons, you name it. The town is full of people that are completely cream crackers, and I tell you what, 99% of the people that are crackers that I've seen in this taxi are fucking straight. Not a fucking gay in sight. Right? But see all that kinky stuff and being at it all night, oh, we're at it like rabbits all night and all, no time for it at all. Get it done right the first time. My policy with sex is straight in, straight out. I'm busy.
And to talk to the girls about Space Mountain all night long. You gotta love it.
So the night, folks, Enjoy yourselves to the maximum. Express yourselves as loudly as you can. Get the maddest hair colour shit going on your haircut. Put on a mad pair of glasses. Get the lippy on. High heels. Go naked. The whole lot of you is going to buff. Every last one of you is going to buff. Sing to the top of your gills that your favourite Liza Minnelli number. In the buff, except for a pair of high heels. Every single last one of you. Anybody gives you shit, glass the bastards. No, the Taxijo's got your back, and he'll be outside at 2 o'clock waiting to pick you up.